Our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 39 years this fall, and it has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the inspiration of our Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week, sponsored by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. When it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center is a destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and all of South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and are nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. We're excited to tell you about upcoming shows. And did you know that surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts? And that's why they are the sponsor of Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. Eismayer, right? Eismayer, a film from Austria, is about a tough as nails and closeted army sergeant falling for an out recruit. The movie is headed to American screens next month, courtesy of Dark Star Pictures. Based on a true story, the movie follows Sergeant Major Charles Eismayer, a closeted gay man serving as a brutal drill sergeant in the Austrian army. But then one of the recruits, an openly gay soldier called Mario Falak, enters his life, and a secret passionate romance blossoms. The movie shows Sergeant Eismayer's struggles between the dictates of duty as he's married and a father, and a yearning to be free of the deceit he's been perpetuating. The film comes in a wake of other recent acclaimed gay dramas with military settings such as Firebird, Mafi, and The Inspection. The Hotspots Queer Entertainment is Austrian film Eismayer tells the story of gay military love. What do you folks think?
I am in.
Interesting topic, right? Like for a movie.
It's like, what you can't do, it's forbidden.
I was raised on army bases.
Were you?
Yeah, from 0 to about 17, 7 different army bases growing up. And there is such a strong tie between the uniform and kind of that hyper masculine, very disciplined sort of personality. And I really think that is the roots also of the leather community, is that it really was kind of born from soldiers coming back from war and these really kind of structured mindsets, and then having to kind of come back and find their way sexually in the world. So I'm definitely going to see this. I don't even care if they make it in English or put subtitles. You don't care. No, you got a bunch of hot guys yelling Austrian at each other. I'm down. I don't even need to know what you're saying.
Subtitles on. You're just like, I'll just.
You're like, I love it.
Grab the lotion.
Volume up.
Yes.
Subtitles off.
And it sucks because when I first read the description to this movie, of course, we are so hypersexualized that we automatically go, it's like, oh, I saw porn that way, right? Like, I've seen a couple of porn about
military
the recruit
porn?
and the drill sergeant.
Do they make porn of that kind?
Yeah, you're like a top buyer.
Oh, I'll have to Google that.
Yeah, do your research.
No, but I mean, come on, this is history. This is our history, and it's the truth. I mean, with, all those, there's so many military bases on Earth with so many closeted gays there that a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes. People fall in love. It's just part of life.
And it's a big analogy just to real life. How many people are wearing a uniform where, they've been kind of put into a certain life or lifestyle and they have to live by that. So I think that there's a part of every gay person that gets that struggle that they're having in the film.
Yeah, and it also goes back to showing, it's like we've existed. This isn't something that just, came up, 10 years ago with social media. Now everyone's gay, and drag queen story hour, and now everyone's gay. Like, no, we've existed for centuries.
Forever.
Forever. We've been here. We've always been here. We will always be here. And now these stories are being told.
Yeah.
I mean, these stories are resonating because of that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of the problem, is that when we think about society in general right now, maybe because there are so many more people that are out, that you have to go backwards now in time and say, well, gosh, if this percentage of the population is out, then what happened when only 1% identified in this? It's like, well, they were still there.
Yeah.
Right?
They still existed.
They still existed. They were still serving in these roles. I think this is going to be interesting because this has a bit of the Brokeback feeling to it, because this isn't just a person who's closeted. They're closeted with like a life which is actually another resonating that's been happening a lot more in society, which is there are people that are married in like heterosexual appearing relationships that are making these choices and these changes in their lives. And that has, you know, for better or worse, it has repercussions, like major repercussions. So it's interesting because we haven't really seen this a lot portrayed in this type of way. So I'm excited to see this too.
Well, I wanted Cal to go first just to illustrate that two brown men sitting next to each other do not have the same opinions.
Oh.
So you just said, oh, that's so interesting. I can't wait to see it, or something like that. I am complete opposite of all of you.
What a surprise.
Go figure.
Right.
Shocker.
So as soon as I saw this trailer, I was like, again?
What do you mean again? When have you seen this before?
First of all, in the 90s on the Independent Film Channel and Sundance, every single gay movie had this same theme, which was the masculine profession, whether you were a police officer or military, having some relationship with somebody, you know, that's a gay relationship, and then all their shame for the next hour and a half of their movie.
On what channel have you been seeing this? Are you sure that wasn't porn?
No,
this is Homestead, first of all.
This is the Independent, this is Sundance.
But I know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
Every movie I ever saw in the 90s about gay people was this story, right? I just went and saw the one with Harry Styles, The Officer, which is the same kind of thing. They just in your blurb, which you were reading, they mentioned like 5 other movies that have this same theme, and I've seen this over and over again. And I wish that in the movie world that we're promoting like some gay movies or gay characters that have a little bit more to them than just the same trope over and over again.
Well, it's for a newer audience. It's for newer generations. And
but it exists already.
Yeah, but the thing, it already existed. But I'm surprised that you would say that, being someone of the arts, because everything that you guys produce on stage is the same crap every single year. It's been done for hundreds of years. So it's the same thing.
I want new things,
and it hasn't changed.
I want new stuff.
But this is for a newer audience.
Think about this,
a new
right?
storyline.
So, perfect example, right? When we were doing this, even as you're mentioning the movies, right? This also goes back to like, we're forgetting, right now we're talking about a movie in Austria. This is just happening to come to America. So Austria is in the middle of reckoning their own thing. A lot of the European countries right now, they're reckoning with things that America reckoned with 20 years ago.
That's a good point.
And it's very different when you're thinking about all of these different societies, because yes, are we in this new world where we're basically a global world? Sure. So we're going to see content from all over the place. But remember, we're all in different stages now. And we can watch things, you know, perfect example, right? There are things happening in South Korea with theirs where they're starting to tackle LGBT things. They're just now starting. Like, it's just now becoming a thing. Japan, gay marriage isn't a thing there. Even though it's Japan and they're considered like, you know, first world, still not a thing. So like, we're actually in the middle of watching other places process things that even us as a country have still not quite gotten, right? I mean, it's not like, they're still trying to kick trans people and gay people back out of the military here in America. So it's like, although I see what you're saying, we have to also understand that this is part of our global world now. We're seeing the stories from all over these places coming. There's going to be like 1,000 Brokebacks in different countries because people were inspired by Brokeback, but now they're telling their own stories and how
their own language, you know.
And I think it's a matter of exposure also.
But to your point, I was just thinking that my first thought too was like this would be good for Saudi Arabia or for Russia. But I was thinking like in America, but there's a good point. It's in a different country and they're reckoning.
Yeah, and I think, like I was saying, like it's a matter of exposure because, you know, I'm glad you had that experience in the 90s. I didn't have that experience. My first experience of seeing anything gay on TV was Queer as Folk, and it was because a friend of mine used to videotape it on VHS and then give me the VHS to watch. I didn't have HBO at home because I wasn't allowed to watch HBO. And the first time I ever saw anything gay on a film screen was Brokeback Mountain. And that was what, 10, 15 years ago. So
like
I never had that
But that's
exposure.
Not kids today.
No, but kids today now, like, are seeing it.
Everybody's gay.
Everybody's gay today.
Everyone, you know, so it's like with social media and everything, like they're exposed at a younger age.
Everybody's
gay.
That's why these stories have to continue to get told. told over and over so someone else new is seeing it.
I just want a few more stories that portray us a little bit more multidimensional.
There are a lot more stories, though.
There are. And you haven't seen
to
this
your
movie.
point again, this was a movie in a different country, in a different language, in a different culture and stuff. I guess part of my rant in general, because we had Bros and we had these other things that we talked about.
No, because there's
and I
bigoted
want
people
them to have more dimension.
Okay, so
to
then
who we
write
are.
a freaking movie.
No,
Shut
because
up.
with the bigoted people in this country, that would be like, oh,
I'm not voting for you.
that gays in the military don't exist, and they'll say that really proudly, like because they love their country, they're not gay.
They're in the military.
Like, no,
they
but
can't be
stories
gay.
like this, this is an example of no, gays exist in the
we
military.
have to continue to tell our stories in every single language from every single country. You know, that's the bottom line. Okay, like it or not, we're here, we're queer, and we ain't going.
We're not going
and we ain't going nowhere.
We're multiplying like gremlins.
Literally.
More like roaches, depends on where you live. And speaking of hotspots queer entertainment, here's a quick glimpse of the venues that are part of the Broward Center.
The Broward Center for the Performing Arts, Parker Playhouse, Aventura Arts and Cultural Center, Rose and Alfred Miniachi Performing Arts Center. 4 venues that together bring a wealth of excitement to our community through the performing arts. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the center for world-class live entertainment, arts education, special events, dining, and more.
Everyone is a fan of recently crowned RuPaul's Drag Race queen Sasha Colby, including House Representative Jill Tokuda. She is a Democrat from Hawaii. Last week, Tokuda took some time on the House floor to honor Sasha's victory and her habit of underscoring her Hawaiian heritage in the show. Addressing Sasha by her complete name, Sasha Kikawia, I believe, I probably got that wrong, Tokuda announced that since the beginning of the competition, Sasha took inspiration from her ethnic heritage, which was Hawaiian, and her childhood trauma for her performances. Sasha is the first openly transgender woman of color to be crowned America's next drag superstar.
I rise today to congratulate Hawaii-born Sasha Keikaoha, more famously known as Sasha Colby, on being crowned the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15. I am so proud that a fellow Windward girl hailing from the homesteads of Waimanalo has earned the title of America's next drag star. From the very beginning of the competition, Sasha, a seasoned drag legend, drew upon her ethnic heritage and childhood trauma as sources of inspiration for her performances. Throughout Drag Race, she authentically represented her Hawaiian culture, talking about the legacy she's building for our home state and about being mahu. In ancient Hawaiian days, mahu were considered extraordinary individuals of male and female spirit who brought their healing powers to Oahu from Tahiti. Today, trans people are among the most revered members in the Hawaiian community. Amidst ongoing attacks on our LGBTQ plus rights that particularly target trans people and drag queens, her win is not only well-deserved, it gives us all hope. Congratulations to Sasha Colby. You are a leader, you are a proud mahu, and every drag queen's favorite drag queen. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
Wow. Question 2. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I didn't think I would ever see a RuPaul's Drag Race winner like Sasha Colby be shouted out on the congressional floor.
Yes. So iconic.
Can you imagine in the beginning of RuPaul, you know, back in the, why are you so bright, Miss RuPaul, that we would get to the point where a congressperson shouts out the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race.
I think it is monumental, but we need to stop talking about her in Congress and get her in Congress. Mm-hmm. Have her on that floor. She could represent Hawaii. That Tokuda can move over. She could do motions for death drops.
Motions for how long? Have you
we
been
would all
on
start
that
watching
joke?
C-SPAN.
You know, there's an experiment going on of that, of having a trans person on a state floor, and it's going on in Montana, and not going great.
Yeah.
Not going
why
great.
didn't you drink?
Well,
because this was an inevitability.
What's it?
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
All right, Dr. Who.
I'm not surprised.
No,
I'm surprised it took that long.
Well, are you surprised? Wait, are you surprised that it was a trans drag superstar Because it could have been
No, I'm not
from my
surprised about any of it.
I take the shot because I'm surprised. Now, wait, I've got to get in my my ability to cash in. I worked with RuPaul's Drag Race.
Did you? Oh wow.
We actually had no idea. Tell us more. Yeah, I've never heard about that actually.
And well, let me tell you.
You with a bright light.
We've got about 40 minutes. All right, let's sit back. The reason it's surprising is because first, unlike the attacks that we see today on drag was like a very niche kind of thing, mostly for our community. And when it started on Logo, it was a gay, men's-driven product. Now, all of that's changed. White, straight women are probably the top audience for RuPaul's Drag Race. There's great support for drag. But remember, at the beginning of RuPaul's Drag Race, no trans. RuPaul was very clear, no. It breaks the illusion if it's not a man being a woman in drag. And so, therefore, it can't be trans. She breaks it. And as a person of color, being trans, she breaks so many barriers. And the recognition, the reason I take the shot is the recognition on the floor of the House. This Congresswoman says our state completely embraces the trans community, the drag community. It's like I'm like Scooby-Doo.
And the fact that it's going to be in black and white, the fact that it's now going to be captured in time is what's important, and that's why I drank. As a woman speaking for another woman, as a Hawaiian native speaking for a Hawaiian native, showing pride that you can have pride in someone who may not be like you, meaning you may grow up differently, but you can accept them, support them, and celebrate them, and make those Caucasian folks who may not agree with her listen, have to acknowledge it and put it in their record.
Can we just agree right now, before we move on to the next slide, swallow that Max is basically completely wrong? Let's just all agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
All right, we're done there. All right.
I expect those moments. I demand those moments. Like
you thrive in those moments.
Bossy bottoms. I don't love it.
He almost flung his hair. Oh my God.
Exactly. All right. Next up is our segment we call Best Thing of the Week. Each week, It's Happening Out celebrates great things in our community. Best Thing of the Week is sponsored by Israel's national airline, El Al. Faye and I are getting ready to go there.
Woohoo!
El Al was born in 1948 with the state of Israel and is an expression of national existence and pride. And this pride is self-evident in South Florida. El Al features nonstop service from Miami to one of the world's great LGBTQ plus destinations. That's Israel. And this fall, El Al has connected two LGBTQ plus capitals, Tel Aviv and Fort Lauderdale, with seasonal service, and next spring adding extensive flights, and that's why El Al is our sponsor of the Best Thing of the Week. Here we go. NSYNC is back together on a chicken wing and a prayer. The band, which recently reunited on MTV's The VMAs, I thought was cheap publicity because I thought they were going to perform, and they did not, got together again on the first episode of the 22nd season of Hot Ones. In the 24-minute episode, now available on YouTube, the guys from NSYNC share.
Wolf. I was like, what?
Share a meaty toast. The band has just recorded a new song, Better Place, for the upcoming movie Trolls Band Together, the Disney film, that prompted chatter about a reunion tour, though the band kept mum on the rumors of the tour. The band members reflected on their nearly 30 years of stardom, offering morsels of wisdom that at times were spicier than the wings themselves. Watch this.
My lips are on fire.
I'm actually okay.
Shut up, JC. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
What's the
I don't like that
swearing quote on your show? Like,
let it fly.
Is there a number? Who's been the worst?
Oh, who cusses the most? Gordon Ramsay,
really?
By far. We actually did
full Martin Scorsese.
We did a count. I think it was
what the fuck?
it's like 180 or something in the episode alone.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be tough to break that.
Yeah.
We'll be tough to break that.
Wolf of Wall Street.
We'll be good.
I think we did it. Broke another record. Yes!
The best thing of the week. The NSYNC guys reunited on Hot Ones and broke into song over spicy wings. What did y'all think? Anybody love Hot Ones?
Yeah.
The show is interesting. So basically the show is that they'll interview people and then they'll give you 10 wings, right? And as the interview progresses, the wings get hotter and hotter.
Well,
so you've got to figure out the sauce on the wings gets hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
So you've got to figure out how to get through this damn interview with that.
By the way, he gets NSYNC to come on and eat the most deadly wings on the planet, and it is all I can do to get Faye to sit down for 20 minutes. I don't understand what
the thing is that some of the best content has come from this show. And the thing is once you're on fire, it leads you to say some outlandish shit. Some things you may not want to reveal ends up coming out of your mouth. And there is a line of celebrities that is lengthy.
That have been on there.
No, that want to be on there.
Okay. Well, and most of the boys from NSYNC have been on there before. So it's not like, oh shit, this is super hot. I'll never come back here. They went back to get this again.
Justin Timberlake said, I fucking hate that I'm doing this. I'm going to do it, but I hate that I'm doing this because I know this is going to be torture for us today.
Can you name all the NSYNCers?
No, I just like Joey, JC, and Justin Timberlake. That's it. If there's a threesome.
So you forgot the ugly ones.
Lance,
so you didn't mention Chris, and you didn't mention.
Lance was a dick to me. I love you, Lance. Like I'm sure you're cool and everything. But at Pride, I took an autograph.
Celebrity, I want to change.
He told you no?
Yeah.
Lance Bass, you're an idiot.
No, you're cool. But whatever.
He told you no in that
for an autograph that he was trying to get for his thick niece that really loved him.
She was dying. She
died. Okay. How do you feel about that, Lance Bass?
Hey, I heard a rumor. Speaking of celebrity, I want to change the subject a moment. Speaking of celebrity, I heard this week. Did you hang out with Billy Porter?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Why are you changing the topic to something that has nothing to do with the story?
We don't talk about that. My celebrity friends remain discreet.
Did you?
Well,
That's why we're friends.
But I saw a picture of you on Facebook where you were celebrating his birthday. So you were with him for his birthday, all right?
Yes, I was with him for
Thank
his
you. It was on Facebook. That's free.
No,
All right,
wait.
fine.
I want to ask a second.
I haven't even seen that picture.
Secondary. Everyone saw that picture, dude.
He's in the kitchen, like literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jonathan was on the table. Well,
No,
that's a whole different.
no,
I'm
no,
only kidding.
on the
I'm only kidding. Somebody said that he might be moving to South Florida. Have you heard anything?
No, he hasn't told me that.
Yeah.
No. He hasn't told me
He
that. But
hasn't told me that. Boy, it took 3 seconds
To be his
get
bestie.
to.
It's his bestie.
No, we're not.
He was
we're not
on the
besties.
phone
We're
with
not
Billy
besties.
Porter on the way
Like,
in.
We follow each other on Instagram and stuff like that. We're not besties, but we see each other at parties. That's it.
So the chicken wings remind you of Billy Porter? Though? I'm just trying to understand.
I'm trying to understand the connection too. Because he straight up interrupted both of them. He was like, he was like, how do I? What better attention? Let me pick a random topic that he's not
gonna do.
I just did what that host at Hot One does so well. Before you know it, you're spilling your secrets. Now, I don't have hot sauce, but
And not chicken wings.
Party will do it.
And not chicken wings. Not Billy Porter and chicken wings. I'm just that correlation. Okay.
Really, I stay strong.
All right. So, Lance Bass, you're rejecting Lance?
I'm not rejecting Lance. I'm just telling you the experience I had with Lance, and Lance did not give me an autograph or a picture at Pride, and so I just like everybody else.
You feel let
all the
down.
members.
You feel let down by it.
I feel let down.
What did y'all think about his purple hair?
I did love his purple hair.
Did you?
I immediately went, one of them is gay? That's my immediate reaction to that.
Oh man, that was actually funny.
You know who is
But think about it,
the
it's-
worst reaction to that statement from Gen Z 21-year-old? Lance Bass. What the fuck? You did not. He's been gay for a long time.
I was unaware.
Since before you were born.
I'm sure. I was unaware.
Yeah.
I think NSYNC has been disbanded since before I was born too.
I think so. I think they have
Wow,
children
you're young.
age, too.
Jesus
So yeah.
Christ.
They just performed again together.
So maybe I'm the only one that's not excited
Max,
at the table.
boy
I'm like,
band is
okay.
when boys get together and they sing in a song.
I only know
They're usually from Orlando.
Wait.
That is true. Boston. Is it like this is Boston? Wasn't it a white Boston
famous
group?
producer in Orlando that went to prison and died in prison over the NSYNC story.
He would have loved
Did you know that?
He would have loved you.
He would have.
He would have had you shave your mustache, but he would have loved you.
Oh my God. Oh no. All right, that's a dedicated episode of It's Happening Now. One other thing, is it just me or did Joey Fatone look fantastic?
Joey Fatone is gorgeous.
I don't find him
little
good.
daddy bear.
I used to call him Joey Fat
He's
One.
been looking good since he left.
Oh, they're on the left. Look at the white beard. He has grown into that so well.
I will say,
he was so sensitive to the way he looked versus, Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
JC Chazé was my favorite. And like now he looks like he's like giving up on his looks. I feel bad about it.
Wow.
Like his hair's all long, he looks greasy. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like
well,
he's been
I think Joey looks the best, obviously, because of my style. But that's how you roll. That's how I roll. He's been looking daddy since he left the band. While he was with the band, it was like, the moment he left, it was as if he was like taking on this daddy bear vibe, and it's working.
And you're loving it.
Yeah.
I have tons of friends that wish he was in the gay community.
Oh, I bet.
Here's another one.
All right.
Wow,
Very
I'm
good.
loving
All right. We wish NSYNC all the luck. We love seeing you all together in whatever way you want. Well, next up, Randy Rainbow has Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in his satirical sights, noting in a new parody song that the Republican governor with presidential ambitions is trying to drag this country straight to hell. The new song is named Welcome to DeSantis, and it is set to the tune of Welcome to the 60s. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
It's from the musical version of Hairspray. The parody also shows Randy conducting and fabricated interview with DeSantis in which he asked if DeSantis has met a gay person before, and the governor answers, "I deal better with regular people."
Wow.
End quote. That is such a great joke. DeSantis is well known for his many regressive actions, obviously, and most recently he approved legislation allowing medical professionals and insurers to refuse certain services because of a conscious basis of objection, which could lead to denial of care to LGBTQ plus people and many others.
Listen, thanks for doing this interview. I know it's not your typical style.
Absolutely.
Have you ever met a gay person before?
I deal better with regular people.
And we're live in 3, 2.
We are back, and joining me now is the worst thing to happen to Disney since the It's a Small World ride, and the most boring, Governor Ron DeSantis.
Welcome to the free state of Florida.
Okay, let's cut the shit. Governor, you go by so many nicknames. Which do you prefer I call you? Ron DeSanctimonious? Meatball Ron? Dull as dishwater DeSantis? Trump Light? Little Ronnie Pudding Fingers? Ronald McDoofus? I can continue.
You can call me whatever you want. I mean, just as long as you also call me a winner.
Girl.
Girl.
Welcome to the free state of Florida. Question 5. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I laugh as Randy Rainbow calls Ron DeSantis a fresh, new fascist.
Yes.
Wait, you don't laugh? You didn't think it was funny?
No, I think a security detail needs to be put around Randy Rainbow's residence. You in danger, girl. If you watching this, you are in danger. You're in drag in that video. You're talking smack about DeSantis. You are going to be the next thing banned.
Where does he live? Where does he live, Al?
In the cemetery soon.
Wow.
He don't live here. It don't matter if he does that.
You're banned from the state of Florida.
And is that a bad thing these
And
days?
I mean this in the meanest way possible. Ron DeSantis looks like he fishes for fun, and he looks like his first photo on his Tinder profile is him holding up a big snapper, and he's like, "Look, this is my greatest accomplishment." That's what Ron DeSantis looks like to me.
He gave me my best laugh
Melting
of the
wax
week.
figure of a governor.
He was in New Hampshire. He is so awkward. Oh my God, he is so awkward. He was in New Hampshire and he was doing one of those classic cafes, going into the cafe and hand gladding all of the people in the cafe. And he walked up to this one guy. The cameras are all over DeSantis. And the guy is just thrilled to meet Ron DeSantis. Clearly has no life. And he starts to tell DeSantis this story, and he tells him, and it's like 30 seconds. He finishes the story. And DeSantis goes, "Okay."
Wow.
It's Donald Trump is going to chew him up and spit him onto the sidewalk. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the latest NBC poll yesterday, this is before, DeSantis announces presidency. Trump is leading the polls at 60%, and DeSantis is at 20%, and then Pence was at 6%. So we'll see what
the only thing about that, not to get too deep into the politics, the only thing that we should not take to the bank on that is in 2008, that's what was going on with Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama.
Yeah.
And Barack won, and pretty big.
Yeah.
So that's our only caution.
Yep.
Do we love Randy Rainbow?
Yes.
He's so talented.
Yeah, he's hilarious. If anyone who's never seen any of his videos, you definitely look him up on YouTube. He has a parody of these interviews with different people, of actual interviews that have happened, but he kind of dubs his part in it, and they're absolutely hysterical.
I have to say, I love Randy Rainbow because first, he's genius humor, but he has those fabulous glasses, and anybody that has fabulous glasses
is trying to hide behind them.
Wait, I have glasses too. Let me put my glasses on.
And Randy Rainbow's moment where he pulls the glasses down just like this and goes, "Oh, girl."
That's it. Genius.
All right. There's no better way to kick off the year than heading to Las Vegas. Why would you head to Las Vegas in the first week of January? For the Gay VN Award. Comedian Alec Mappa and drag superstar Kylie Sonique Love co-hosted this gala. Now, Max, do you know what we're talking about? This event is where winners were revealed in 33 gay adult porn award categories, 18 of which were voted on by the fans themselves. Cade Maddox was one of the big winners of the night, taking home 2 awards. Favorite porn star, we're showing you his face right now, and favorite cock. Roman Todd took home the Performer of the Year award. I wonder what he did to win Performer of the Year. I'm
He
not
did the
quite
favorite
sure.
cock.
Yes. And one of the top prizes of the night, a favorite of mine, Austin Wolf also won 2 awards from the big night. Favorite body and favorite creator site star. Watch this.
Taking the words right out of my mouth, seeing that where you come from to where you are now, and now you're inspiring a lot of people along the way, like how humbling is that for you?
It's so cool. I have to pinch myself every time I get up there because when you win an award or just know that the fans put you there and gave you that award, I try not to let the tears come every time, but it's so exciting. It's like tears of joy, It's a great feeling.
Is it pretty amazing to see the way the community has kind of rallied around you and championed you in a lot of ways?
I think so. It hasn't always been a community that has come together. To see them do that, especially around me, it is very, very uplifting. I've actually never been asked that question before, but I actually think about it all the time, and it's always very thankful that everybody is supportive as they are.
You're here in Vegas. Obviously, this is going to be fun tonight, but is there anything else you're looking forward to doing while you're in Vegas?
Not losing money on the slot machines.
Very important, and not easy to do by any means.
Last night I had a bad night, so.
It's okay. You'll make up for it tonight, probably with the awards that you'll get, so it's all good.
We were just talking about it. Austin Wolf, I'm a big fan of yours. Just saying. Question number 2 with the Bacardi shot. I'd swallow that. I loved the big. Wait. Oh, yeah. I lost my train of thought there for a moment. I loved that the big winners of the 2023 Gay Porn VN Awards was held in Las Vegas. Everybody excited about the Gay VNs?
No.
Very.
No and very. Let's begin with no. Explain to us why no.
All right, so I'm going to start with...
Wait. Oh, I already understand. You have 50 board games. Now, let's move to Jeff. Why no?
So, Al, you know that I've worked in performing arts for quite some time now. And no, not in the adult porn industry.
Where's this
How we connected today? Like,
OnlyFans, you didn't talking about the subscription.
You guys didn't know? I mean,
wolf drool that you had. That's all.
No, but for many years, I've been fortunate to work in, the classical arts, the opera, Broadway, symphony, the ballet and stuff like that. So when I see things like this, I think it's rather ridiculous, in my opinion. Because it's not an art. To me, it's not an art form.
You don't think that they deserve these awards?
No.
Like, what was one of the categories out? Best cock? Like that was literally the it says it on the award.
Yeah,
Best cock 2022. And
I would rather give the award to one of the cocks in the TikTok video that we watched earlier.
Have you heard of Jeff Stryker?
I've heard, yes.
Jeff Stryker won that category.
Jeff's and had a whole bunch of toys made after him.
And made a
the mold.
fortune on it.
I just can't take porn seriously. Like, it's just you're watching and it's like, oh, that bowl of cereal is getting soggy. Like, you know,
and that's why you ain't need 3 minutes, clearly. Because your focus is like,
Listen, I think you should look at this less like the Golden Globes, more like a beauty pageant, right? Like, this is not about, like, nobody's watching porn for the plot. You know what I mean? No one's going on men.com and being like, wow, the lighting, the cinematography was superb.
One of the awards.
Biggest cock.
Do you watch porn?
Yeah, frequently, quite.
So, to our friends, you know, we've had many producers from men.com on Queer News Tonight where we've talked to them about the business, completely only about the business of, okay, I tried to sell that. Men.com spends very significant money in creating story.
Right, and they should spend less money on it. I'm sorry, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. And obviously that money, and obviously that story writing budget.
Superman versus Batman at Men.com was completely awesome. It was
okay,
art.
But how much money does it take to screenwrite that? Right, because clearly, like that plot, that storyline is the first 2 minutes, and then they get to fucking like.
But
who
it's all about the
cares?
scenery, the hold on part. So we have to do the costume. We got to put the right actor in place. You and I cannot be Superman and Batman. Clearly not. However, Austin Wolf or maybe someone else can play that role. So you got to pay for that. And then again, you got to have chemistry. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for all those. So it's an art form by putting these people together. Additionally, porn takes chemistry. So therefore, it is an element of art. You got to make the right sound. You got to have the right development of
You lost me elimination. Now I'm imagining that Austin guy having sex with the guy who played Superman who got dumped.
You don't have to imagine.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Brandon Routh.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill and Austin having sex together. Tell me that wouldn't be the best thing ever.
Austin Wolf would make $1 million if he produced a porn video where he topped Henry Cavill. $1 million. People would pay $1 million on one of the streaming platforms.
Yeah. And can we also recognize that the Gavians gave awards to our trans brothers and sisters who actually participate in this industry?
Yeah.
They would get forgotten. So let's not only forget about that. So therefore, that's why that's so.
Can I tell you, they have been forgotten.
Absolutely.
Because trans and bisexual are part of the AVNs. They are not under the gay VN umbrella, which is not really fair. And to your point, it is art. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy to go up on stage and do a lot of the stuff that you see in traditional mainstream movies, and they go through a lot. And you've watched, it's a lot. But I would love to see the gay VNs get bigger because our friend Howard Andrew of Fab Scout, friend of the show, been in your bed before, I believe.
I've been in his bed. That's what the scary part about it. He
tell
was there.
that story. I'm sorry to interrupt. Tell that
Howard
story.
Andrew is the scout of, the end all and be all when it comes to porn actors, right? And he is this big burly guy, but I mean, he is like the sweetest man in the whole entire world. And I was so blessed to be able to go and interview him at Fab Scout, which is maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 miles from here. It's very close to here. And they had all the scenery out, where they filmed.
It's different sets. If you watch a locker room set, if you watch a bedroom set.
They had a jail, my favorite, the jail set, of course, and the bathroom set, and they just had so many different sets, and it was fantastic. But he went to the nitty gritty of it, where he's like, okay, if somebody wants to come and be an actor in these movies, I don't just take anyone. You can't take anyone. And he also ends up having a relationship with these, and I don't mean a relationship like that. I mean a friend relationship where, before they go out there to the wolves, let me take care of you. Let me help you. What do you need? Let me give you some direction so you don't end up falling for what can happen down here in South Florida so easy, especially in that environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also want to point out, Howard is getting ready to be interviewed. He was the Hall of Fame winner for the GayVN Awards in Las Vegas.
Right?
And we're going to talk to him. And Faye warmed him up. And now we're really going to abuse him.
We need our own award show. We have award winners sitting here at the table, Faye and Max.
When are you giving me another award?
It's a segue, but I guess we'll move to the segue. Max was just awarded in January as SFGN's South Florida Person of the Year. Congratulations.
That is so incredible, honey.
That scene that you did with Austin Wolf was magnificent. I understand why you won. Okay. Austin Wolf is booked and busy, and he's got the body count to show for it. This is super interesting. He is an extremely popular adult film star with more than 680,000 followers on Instagram and more than 150,000 followers on Twitter. Considering his prolific filmography, career, and popularity, it's hard to imagine exactly how many guys he has gotten busy with through the years. However, we now have an answer for you. In a new interview with social media personality Bezruka Venko, Wolf put to bed everyone's assumptions and revealed the mind-boggling amount of men he's plowed through the years. Austin Wolf said the count is, quote, probably in the 7,000 to 9,000 range.
Austin, what's your body count?
Oof.
Please be honest.
Sure. 2 a day, 14, 56, 60, 600. So probably in the 7,000 to 9,000 range.
It's over how many years?
20.
So you have no problem of getting attention from the boys?
It hasn't been a problem yet.
What's your secret? How do you do this?
I'm doing it for a living.
You know, the most I'm doing it for a living. True. The most spectacular thing in that video was how good he was at math. That's what was a real turn on to me. Question 6 with a Bacardi shot. I'd swallow that. Muscle Dom top gay porn star Austin Wolf breaks the internet with 9,000 conquests.
No. Well, who cares? I was not paying attention. I was looking at this picture. This here is the hottest thing to me.
Oh, the height difference?
Yeah, the big little
height difference.
I'm a little sad that he gets paid to do it, and my count is probably up there with him. And my count, in 20 years, my count could be up there with them.
Do you really think so? It is? Do you really think it's up there, though, honestly?
In all honesty, I think it's up there in 20 years. Absolutely. Hey, I'm very sex positive. I love sex. I had a sex addiction where I had to get a good nut. And so 2 in a day was not, maybe even been 3 a day. But the thing is, he clearly says, because he got paid for it. So I don't believe he wrote there. Absolutely.
I just think he might be bad at math.
Sorry. Just a moment, please.
Was flabbergasted.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Al. Go ahead.
Wait. The evening news guy now.
Talk to me. Let's go.
Is it still going on? The degree of the voraciousness. No.
No.
I wouldn't say that.
He
said it.
No, but he's been very clear about the fact that
in years ago, absolutely, because that's how I felt. I found love. That's how I equated love into being needed. So no, to this day, no, it's not as strong. But yes, the number still grows.
But it's still active.
Absolutely, I'm very much active.
Was before.
By no means, because I get moments now where I don't even bother. Like I can set up a date and be like, yeah, this cookies and cream ice cream is so much better than getting that good nut. So I'm good with that.
Wait, are you a lesbian? Oh, no.
You're going to feel like Jonathan guy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, feel it now.
Oh, my God. I can feel the girls right now.
No, but seriously, do you really want to know how many? Like, once I knew we were going to talk about this, I started like kind of counting, and then I was like, oh no, girl, I don't want to.
I don't you find out that your partner has more than you, and you're like,
oh yeah, no.
I used to keep track. I used to keep track fully, very much kept track because I was curious.
Not been keeping track?
20 years.
No.
No, seriously.
When did you stop writing the names down?
20 years. I'll lie to you not. So I'm a man of a certain age. And so early on in my journey.
To tell you what the certain?
Less than 62. Early in my journey, I was curious as to where my life was going to go.
You've been fucking since you was 7.
Woo, that part. But then after a while, it became normative. So why keep track of the numbers? It's all about now going into good sex, not just random sex.
Got it.
And so therefore, it kind of stopped.
Got it.
Yeah. So yeah.
You know what's interesting to me is what's your body here. It's pretty high too. Not bad, but and I don't mean that in a negative way. But
did you just get the crazy white guy? Not bad.
I pulled that.
Again, Al has been having sex for 45 years, guys. Understand that. That's a lot of counting.
Right. That's what I'm curious about.
All over the world, and lots of all over
And
the
he's
world.
got money to change the buy it too. I mean, come on.
Here's something I can
You
say
take a black
here
card?
that nobody at this table
Put it out
can
there.
say.
What?
I have slept with 10 RuPaul queens.
What?
Oh,
sorry. No.
10.
We having a conversation after this show.
Would you believe me if my body count was less than 2 hands?
No.
Serious?
No.
I'm just
Wow.
Okay, but anyway, the point that I was going to make is when I heard Austin Wolf.
Do they know? No, I got one. I have to ask. Do they know they had sex with you, Al?
When she watches this, she knew of somebody that was performing on the stage and sat down in front of me on the stage just to call me out on it. Yes.
Do they know?
Yes. Okay. But the point that I was going to make to you is when I saw this story on Austin and I hear your conversation, you know the overwhelming thing here that just jumps off the page is we sex shame. The negativeness of sex.
Too little or too much. Too little or too much.
Either direction.
Yeah.
And when I watched him do that, it was like, good for you, dude.
Congrats.
You've made a fortune doing that. Who cares?
Yeah, that was my point. That was my point. I'm broken. And I am broken and got the same number.
I'm with Jonathan.
And
Because you're black, right?
Right.
Damn it, that's messed up. That is messed up. See?
Right.
Always
there
trying
it
to keep
is.
the brother
Always
down.
trying to keep the brother down. Always.
There it is.
Always.
We landed
That's why we cannot have Israel as the black bond. Like, come on, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've resolved. Now we can have peace on earth. Let's play our yes or no game.
Leave grandma alone.
Elimination, you want to die,
I was defending you, my love.
Wow.
She's gonna start throwing
This side of the table is going to be lost.
Next time you need a Z-Pack, let's see who you
It just got real all of a sudden.
Real. Boy, when you go into the Z-Pack, you're really
It's real.
All right. Let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We have played this game since season 1, episode 1, and we invite you at home to play right along with us as I make 6 statements to our host. You agree with the statement, they take the shot. Disagree, well, it's going to be a long night for Al. And maybe everybody else too. Then let's play I'd Swallow That. And I'd Swallow That is sponsored by the LGBTQ community's favorite spirit brand. Bacardi is the world's most loved rum brand and a special sponsor of our nonprofit 501c3 efforts to educate, inform, and empower the LGBTQ plus community. Bacardi is as diverse as our LGBTQ plus community. Our neighbors right here in South Florida, they are the world's largest privately held spirits company. And Bacardi is also a legacy name in their support of the LGBTQ plus community with sponsorships, pride embracements, and a deep and passionate support of our LGBTQ plus community and charities and causes. And that's why tonight It's Happening Out plays I'd Swallow That with our favorite rum drink, Bacardi. All right, here we go. Fans of the TV show Below Deck are getting to know one of its stars, and a lot more intimately, I might add. Recently, Raging Stallions Studio, a gay adult studio, I have no knowledge of them at all. That's my official statement, released its first ever scene with Bravo reality star Lobo Carrera, someone who you may know as Bruno Duarte Vincent, from the 5th season of Below Deck. Bruno is an openly gay man, and some of the struggles he's had with his sexuality were documented on the show. And if you think this is his adult gay film debut, you are wrong. Like elimination. You are wrong. He had worked previously in a scene for Colt with his partner Jose in 2020. So question 1, with a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Of course, Below Deck star Bruno will continue his gay adult career. Of course he will. Of course. Now we're all drinking. I see that. Does adult sex works mean virtually anything in American society today in 23?
As in negatively?
Yeah.
Like moral judgment wise?
Yeah. Does it affect career? Does it affect your Q rating for entertainers?
We did a story a couple weeks back about what?
The mayor of that little town in Spain.
Yeah.
The one that you visited.
And he had, probably was. And, he had a career, an adult film career before that. And that helped him a little.
Now, Faye's talking. I set up and teed up that question. We found a little video on Faye. We're going to show it.
Man, you walked into that.
Nobody wants to see that. It's okay.
Yeah. What Jonathan said, nobody wants to see that.
Did you notice that Faye got real quiet and her eyes got real big and that smile?
You know what?
I was excited. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my God.
You got
scared.
Like, I was like, who the F did you guys talk to?
Oh my gosh. And
Did you go all the way to Jersey? Fuck.
Your password has been
way.
But Faye went
No two Jersey girls is really good point.
But her jersey came out real quick though. No, her jersey came out real quick there though. Let's be clear.
Girls in one.
All right. What do we think about Bruno?
He was so cute and innocent on the show. Like he was.
He really was.
Skinny,
Did you know really skinny?
Oh yeah.
I've never watched a single minute of this show.
Oh, I love Below Deck. I love Below Deck. I had Captain Sandy on my show on the Facebook show,
that's
and
right.
she's amazing. I mean, love her. Super
They
big
should
crush
just call
on
it
her.
like rich people misbehaving. Their clients are terrible, but he was always such a sweetheart.
Quiet,
He has done
right?
a big
Mark,
glow up.
reality is not real, right?
What he was that skinny Al. Now he's a big.
I just see dollar signs. I feel like he's not really making money on Below Deck.
Dollar sign.
And reality,
Below Deck. Below Deck.
I was thinking the same thing.
But now he's going to be blowing deck. And now he's going to be making more money.
But as a reality
That's the next
star
film.
on Bravo, the next step is to go to OnlyFans and continue that money. I mean, what else?
More
But then
power
he'll get
to
kicked
you,
off of
dude.
Below Deck.
More power to you. And I'm going to watch Below Deck.
And Below Deck.
And Below Deck. Part 1 and 2.
And part 1 and part 2. All right.